Hello and welcome back to the Football Zone. Today we're going to go through the best free transfers of all time.
Yeah.
So we're going to list some off and we'll talk about some other ones because there's been some crazy ones over the years.
And some ones that you just won't even think of. Like,
Yeah.
do you want to start off with? We'll go through the ones that we think are very, very good, and then we'll just mention a few at the end. So, starting off with Lewandowski.
Lewandowski on a free from Dortmund to Bayern Munich.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of see it quite a lot in the Bundesliga in terms of players going from Dortmund to Bayern or Leverkusen to Bayern
or anybody to Bayern.
Yeah, so it's crazy that a player of his stature just went on a free, but like realistically, they were just like, we're going to have him at the end of his contract. We're not going to pay the amount of money. We can sit here and wait because they're still going to win the league regardless.
Yeah, I think that's going to start to fall out here because the reason why Dortmund always send the players to Bayern Munich is because Bayern Munich saved them from going out of business altogether back in the day. So, but that's been going on for a long time now. So yeah, that was a crazy one because he's won however many Bundesliga titles and Champions League.
Yeah,
and scored what's that, like
mate, he's scored unreal amount of
goals. It's crazy. Another one on the list was always a sad moment in football. Messi leaving Barcelona
going
to PSG on a free.
I mean,
since won a couple of trophies.
But realistically, it's just like a player of his stature leaving the club that no one thought he'd ever leave.
Yeah.
And go to PSG.
Which he never thought he would ever leave as well.
I don't think he wanted to leave.
He didn't.
It was forced out of the club.
Which is crazy, but this season he's going on and breaking why he broke 3 records the other night in the Champions League. And he broke one yesterday.
He broke the Pele one as well.
Pele record, yeah.
He brought the all-time highest amount of goals and assists or goal
contributions, and then he broke that yesterday, scoring in the 1-0 win against Lyon. So Messi on a free, which
mental.
It's just crazy to think about.
The one that caused a lot of controversy at the time as well, moving to such a massive club. Well, Tottenham to Arsenal, Sol Campbell.
Yeah,
that caused uproar and a lot of racial abuse as well whenever he's on the pitch. And that was quite a big sort of, well, I wouldn't say one of the first, but like one that was covered a lot in terms of like racial abuse in football, like the Sol Campbell one for me. I remember watching like a documentary not long ago, about it, like not about the Sol Campbell but like just like sort of like the Arsenal Invincibles and sort of like players around that time and stuff like that. And Sol Campbell was on the documentary. Yeah, he was talking about his transfer. And he was just saying like how much racial abuse, and actually there was quite a lot of media coverage on it. But it was never like kicked out, if you know what I mean, like in the situation.
He was named Satan.
Yeah.
For a good while. I mean, in all honesty, he moved to win the Premier League and it paid off straight away. Yeah, exactly. He was absolutely pivotal in Arsenal winning that league.
Exactly.
So it paid off for him, but Spurs fans were rather upset about the move. Exactly. I mean, it's the same when anybody goes from moves major rivals, like.
I mean, like one we've got on this list, the Luis Enrique from Barcelona to
Real Madrid on a free to Barcelona.
That's a big one.
It's like when anybody signs across those, like remember Fat Ronaldo? Yeah. He did AC Milan and Inter Milan and Real Madrid. Well, Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Yeah. Like, two of the biggest rivals at the time.
But then you jump to another player that we got on the list, Andre Pirlo. Yeah. One of the greatest midfielders.
I mean, it was on a free, but AC Milan did no longer want him.
They said that he was too old and wasn't good enough.
Exactly.
So he'd played for Inter Milan, AC Milan and Juventus.
Won all that he could at AC Milan. Yeah. And then they said they don't want him anymore. And then went to Juve and was so pivotal in terms of
in that 6th role.
Yeah, in terms of their trajectory though. When he went to Juve, they started the climb up towards.
When he was there, Juve played like. Well, to be fair, even at AC Milan and Juventus, they played diamonds, didn't they? They had him as the pivot, and then at Juve it was Arturo Vidal and Pogba with Dybala as a 10, and then the 2 strikers.
They played the 4-1-2-1-2.
And then AC Milan when we beat them in that Champions League final. Again, he was
that pivot.
He wasn't the pivot. Gattuso was the pivot at AC Milan because that's why AC Milan was just like, you're too old, because he used to play as the 8 on the right hand side, and Gattuso was the pivot in there.
So
speaking on Juventus,
Paul Pogba, from Manchester United to Juventus.
Yeah.
Just sort of shambolic in terms of Manchester United losing so much money on him, and just, I mean, it was his time to go. He had to go. But
no, it was first time around though.
Well, he went away free the first time and the second time.
Yeah, but first time around.
Well, no, they paid 165k for him. I'm pretty sure the first time or something like that.
That was his. Was that not technically the youth payment?
Something like that.
Whenever you have to sign someone out of a youth academy to your team, you have to pay a certain amount of dollar for.
I mean, twice. They got him for free twice.
Yeah, and he won multiple trophies with them, and then they made £89 million profit, and then got him back on a free.
Yeah. So,
yeah, that's crazy stuff.
Another massive one that people may not know is Ruud Gullit going from Sampdoria to Chelsea in 1995 on a free, and becoming such a massive
iconic figure
in football in terms of like the central midfielder role, in terms of how he could go forward.
That was at the time of Chelsea's climb.
Yeah.
Like obviously
before Abramovich.
Yeah, before Abramovich, and then that obviously in that era then sparked Abramovich's interest to buy Chelsea and progress them from there. Steve McManaman,
massive one.
Liverpool to Real Madrid. He became the first English player to win a Champions League with a foreign club at Real Madrid. But the year before, what people don't realise, the year before he'd agreed a deal with Barcelona to sign for Barcelona for like 12 million quid or something, which is a lot of money at that time.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, no, I'm going to stop with Liverpool. And then Real Madrid came knocking in like the January, go, your contract's up, do you want to sign for us? He was just like, yeah, sure. So
I'll do that.
That was a big one. Another big one. Cafu.
Wow.
Roma to AC.
Like
one of the greatest fullbacks of all time.
Technically unbelievable, passing ability unbelievable. He was a modern winger in the sort of past.
Yeah.
He was one of the first. Well, him, Roberto Carlos, very modern wingers. He played high and wide. He pushed forward. And, I mean, like all Brazilians, they have that sort of flair.
Yeah.
An ability to just create constantly.
Yeah, it's just crazy the amount of players that do just leave clubs on
free transfers,
freebies, like, and just let them go.
A few random ones that people may not know.
A few good picks. Milner and Matip.
They went
to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Milner from
City to Liverpool, wasn't it?
Milner from City to Liverpool, because City said that
we don't want him anymore.
You're too old. We don't want you anymore. And then we've decided to keep him for as long as we have.
What, 8 years?
Matip is when he plays is one of the best centre halves in the league, because he's top quality. On a free from Schalke, that was top draw.
And one that, I mean, a player that just constantly leaves on a free.
Yeah.
Ibrahimovic just runs down his contract at pretty much every single club.
Yeah, that was PSG to Man U. I mean, to be fair,
LA Galaxy, sorry.
He went to Man U, won the last trophies Man U have
ever
won. Haven't won the trophies after he'd left. But he's never won a Champions League though.
True.
In his career.
Crazy one that people might not know as well. Michael Ballack from Munich to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Like, what a player he was for Chelsea.
He gets forgotten about so much of what a quality player he was.
The only reason why people actually remember him is because John Terry slept with his wife. Like, people remember him for that more than of how good a player he was.
Yeah. Another one, JJ Okocha, PSG to Bolton.
What type of transfer is that? Imagine
I don't know, but
PSG.
like, just think of how good of a footballer JJ Okocha was.
Technically on the ball,
his Nigerian flair is unbelievable. The first time, this random thing, first time I'd ever seen anything of JJ Okocha, is a football DVD. Kids these days will not understand what DVDs are.
I know, yeah.
But it was Jamie Redknapp and someone else hosting it. I can't remember the other guy's name. And I absolutely love the DVD, so I still have it. And I saw JJ Okocha kicking ball on that DVD. I was just like, he is unreal.
Two other ones, sort of like defenders, that have happened recently. Alaba from Munich to
Real Madrid.
That's
won the Champions League with them and La Liga last season.
And then Kessie from AC Milan to Barcelona. I mean, he was a very good midfielder, and people were offering 40+ million from seasons before, rejecting, and then ended up leaving on a free to Barcelona.
Thiago Silva left on a free from PSG to Chelsea, and he's won the Champions League.
A big one.
So that's a big one. And last one,
rounded off, the best strike to ever grace but a street will never forget. We'll probably make a video on that soon. Is Demba Ba from West Ham to Newcastle United.
Yeah,
and that about rounds it up for today's video of the best free transfers of all time. Our links to our Instagram, TikTok are in the description below.
Is there anyone that we've missed out of this list that you think should have been mentioned?
Exactly. Leave them in the comments.
Know. Yeah,
because at the end of the day, we haven't got every single one. We just picked ones that we thought were very interesting, we should talk about. Other than that, thank you very much for watching.